Ecosystem. Ecosystem. It is a place wherein organisms live while continuously interacting with other living and non-living components. It can be a natural ecosystem or artificial ecosystem. Natural ecosystem. It is an ecosystem that operates by itself without human assistance. It can be a terrestrial ecosystem like grassland, forest, and desert, or aquatic ecosystem like ocean, river, and estuary. Artificial ecosystem. It is a man-made ecosystem that is manually or artificially maintained. Wheats and rice fields, plantations, gardens and orchards, dams and zoos are some of the examples of artificial ecosystem. The living and non-living components of the ecosystem. Biotic, the living components in an ecosystem. Examples: animals, plants, bacteria, fungi, and protists. Abiotic, the non-living components in an ecosystem, such as sunlight, water, soil, minerals, air, and climate. Habitat, it is the part of the ecosystem where the organisms live. Tropical rainforest. Tropical rainforests. These are woodlands composed mostly of tall trees and extensive foliage cover. They are regions with year-round warmth and abundant rainfall and occupy 6 to 7% of Earth's surface. More than half of the population of plants and animals are found in here. Several varieties of fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals abound in the rainforest and its rivers. But insects are the most populous among the animals, and sometimes there are about 40 kinds of ants in just one tree or 1,200 kinds of beetles in just 19 individual tree crowns. The four major layers of the rainforest: Emergent layer, Canopy layer, Understory layer, and the forest floor. The emergent layer or highest layer. Emergent are the tallest trees in the rainforest. This layer is made up of tall trees that can reach 70 meters high. This layer is also described as bright and windy, where birds and bats feed on insects, fruits, and flowers. The canopy layer. Canopy trees have smooth and oval leaves. Food and animals are abundant in this layer, and it is said that 90% of animals in the rainforest found here. The understory layer. This is the shadier area which receives only little sunlight, and plants here rarely grow up to 12 feet. Animals that live here include lizards, jaguars, leopards, snakes, and frogs. The forest floor. It is the darkest layer of the forest because little sunlight can pass through it. Almost no plants grow and things decay quickly. It becomes a rich source of nutrients for the trees. Animals such as rodents, lizards, Giant anteaters can be found here, and fishes in the rivers are their source of food. Coral reefs. Coral reefs. It is known as the rainforest of the ocean. This is one of the most diverse habitats of marine organisms. There are two groups of corals: the hard corals and the soft corals. Hard corals. These are stony corals and the reef builders of coral reef habitats. They create colonies and solitary polyps that form a skeleton made from limestone or calcium carbonate. Soft corals. These are colonies polyps, also called as octocorals because its polyps are made up of 8 feathery tentacles. The coral reef ecosystem it is not only composed of hard and soft corals, but also sponges, crustaceans, jellyfishes, sea anemones, mollusks, sea turtles, reef sharks, dolphins, various fishes, and much more. They provide homes for a lot of marine animals which make marine food chains active and continuous. Coral reefs built from layers of skeleton made from calcium carbonate from polyps that grew and died. Living and non-living things interact, forming different forms, shapes, and color of coral reefs. The three types of coral reefs: the fringing reef, the barrier reef, and the atoll. Fringing reef. It is an underwater set of living corals that grow closer to the shore and around an island. The barrier reef. It is formed offshore and it is separated from the shorelines by channels called lagoons. Atoll. It is a circular reef formation that surrounds a deep or large lagoon. Mangrove swamps. Mangrove swamps. These are wetlands along coast and are found in tropical and subtropical regions like the Philippines. They are characterized by salt-loving trees, shrubs, and other plants. These wetlands are mostly found in estuaries where fresh water meets salt water and are recognized to their dense thick and woody vegetation. An estuary is a partially enclosed coastal body of brackish water with one or more rivers or streams flowing into it and with free connection to the open sea. Mangrove trees dominate this wetland ecosystem due to their ability to survive in both salt and fresh water. Mangroves are trees that grow along the coast. Mangrove trees also act as coastal protector because they serve as natural barrier to big waves produced by storms. Trees in mangrove swamps are impenetrable because they can stand salt water and their prop roots can eliminate salt content before absorbing water into plant. Mangrove roots form breeding grounds or nurseries for many fishes and marine living things. Did you know that the Philippines is one of the countries that has a great biodiversity? As it is the second largest archipelago in the world, it is considered to be a mega diversity country because of the exceptional diversity in ecosystems, species, and genetic resources found within its 7,100 island territory.